let me go live. And I'm not visible. That's not really smart. You can't see me, so I'll just do the game screen. This one. Hi everybody. It's been a while. Um, well, who's been a while away? That is, of course, our friend Axel. Welcome back, Axel. And today we, of course, have a nice game of D&D again after streaming two other things. First the Q&A, and then the Vampire Masquerade game, which I thoroughly enjoyed. I have to unfortunately say we won't be playing that very soon. I actually wanted to coax him to play it this week too, but Caio was too busy.
Yeah, unfortunately, I've got on work.
Was unfortunately too busy, but I loved it. So it was a great game. It was a great game. Um, yeah. Let's start with, of course, the half-ass introduction that I already did. Uh, let's look below me. Who is that? It's you.
Okay, that is me, sorry. I didn't have the window there. Hi, I'm Caio, and I'll be playing Surin, a tiefling bard today.
And who's next to him?
Hello, I am Gus, and I'm going to play Drogo, halfling barbarian. That creates a lot of chaos.
And next
hi
to me.
guys. Hey guys, my name is Axel. I'll be playing Katara. She's a water genasi warlock who's a bit overly curious and quite clumsy.
Okay. Well, let's start the game. Unfortunately, we still don't have an how do you call that? An intro screen. I would love to have one. That's expensive though, with all the music and stuff. So instead, I'm just gonna switch the names. Hello. Um, last time, and it's been a while. It's been a while, and last time we played, well, our adventures were still at sea on a new ship they conquered. It was won after they defeated creatures that were linked to a chest. And in that chest, they found a pearl. Now, that was 2 games ago, but last time, they finally had time to go through the ship. Well, they thought they had time. There was a storm brewing. And with a certain debonair and a certain bravery, Sitara was managed to able to keep the ship safe and the crew safe and navigate herself through the waters, the rugged waters of the adventurer's ship. Now, in that time, Drogo and Surim had their clumsy moments, especially when there was a pump on the ship that could aid Surim in emptying the boat. And after that, they finally found the waters calm. A beautiful sun, and that was fine, and that was dandy. And I eventually had time to go through the ship. And in that ship, they actually found a room. A room with something special. It took a while for them to open it. They eventually did. And they discovered something beautiful. It was one of the gates they've seen before. One of the transportation gates. Upon that discovery, Yevon came by. And they had a conversation. Does anybody remember what that conversation entailed? I asked my players.
Sorry, can you repeat that?
Do you remember what you talked about with Yevon?
There
No.
was a lot.
A lot. I remember.
There was some
There was a
jealous
lot to
people.
talk to, and they actually had kind of him and our bard friend Surim had a friendly competitional battle
Oh yeah,
of the
I
wits.
wouldn't call that a battle, and I wouldn't call that friendly either. But Serene knows how to recognize when someone has good insult on them, and I remember that Serene recognized that. But the
After
ship is
this,
too small for both bards.
it was a beautiful moment. I can tell you that it was a beautiful moment. After that, after that conversation, they got a message from the captain, and shortly thereafter, Lady Beletsny arrived on board. They had questions for her. She asked for a book. One of her retainers, one of her assistants, that was appointed to her while being on your ship, the Princesa, gave her the book. Now, if you have any other questions, please ask.
My lady, do you recognize any of these banners for the families that once ruled on this ship?
Let me see. Which one do you point out?
I guess the closest one to me, I don't remember exactly what they looked like.
Okay. The closest would be either in the captain's quarters or on the stairs.
It's to the captain's quarters. Sounds important.
Well, lead the way, she says.
And I will.
Wait. Well, that's interesting. This ship is quite old, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Seems to be. Not sure how old, though. Do you have an estimate, perhaps?
Well, These are 500 years old coat of arms. These are very old.
And where could we find some more explanation on those coat of arms? Is it
Well,
on
the
some
only
kind of book that we can find?
well, I think you would find it in the records of Verdia. These are the 7 noble families that started the kingdom.
Oh. And what are the family's names? You know.
Well, the first king is called Cirilio, and he came from the family Gonzalez de Koning. They were a ruling class. They were always in leadership positions. When the town was founded, they were the first ones to do so. They took point, and they led mostly the army, or you know, whatever was protecting the town. The other ones are Ling de Boer. Those most farmers. It's very old. Of course, they provided the food because in old Dragonborn, de Boer means farmer. And then you have Martina de Molenaar. They were the millers. They were processing everything, and they were also in charge of making sure that everything was sawed in pieces. Maduro de Bakker, or the bakers. Riviera de Schipper, were the transporters. You know, because Verdia is close by a delta, it was built in a delta, so everything that was made somewhere else, they would ship through the rivers to the town. That's one of the reasons why Verdia became very rich in a very short time. And they were able to get their independence from other areas that wanted to rule that area. Now you have Wang the Fisher. That family was, of course, doing what fishermen do, catch and also dive for pearls. I mean, really dive. I don't know how you can hold your breath for 10 minutes, but they were able to do that. And the last was more of an entertaining family. Most of the bards came from there. Santana de Zanger, a singing family. Those were the first 7 noble families that founded the kingdom of Mercantillo.
And are they still around? Because we don't kinda hear about them very often, do we?
Well, you are a bard. You have traveled around, have you not?
Yes. And that's why I'm asking. I, it seems that I have never heard of these names or seen these coat of arms.
Well, some families were merged with other families. I myself am from Barca de Verf. We were shipwrights from the past. Uh, it's it's something we did. but some of the family members are married with the other families, and some disappeared, and some are still there. They're still honored. We have very close connections to Martina de Molinar. You know, you get in the same field, you do a lot of trade with each other, and so it's our far away cousins.
And that's interesting.
Sorry, maybe you're a part of the family too. You're a bard. Maybe
Yeah, and I
woman.
have never met my parents.
You never know.
Who knows? Maybe I do have a surname. Ooh, I can't wait to marry my own cousin.
Well, nah, I don't think you're noble because you're not noble material.
Okay, I will try not to take that that as an offense. But well, if I am not noble, you say that I am not noble. It takes one not noble to recognize another not noble one.
In you are way too you are way too nice for a noble person.
Well, we can
Oh,
easily find
now
out.
that's a compliment. I'm sorry, milady. What is that?
We can easily find out. Do you have anything like a token or a coin or a piece of cloth from your family from the past?
Um, Let me check. Probably not, because I was raised in a foster home, in a foster care. I would have to check my things, but I think I would remember that.
And Satara is going to reach up at her neck because she has a necklace with a coin. With a coin that she got when she first left her village from her mom. See something like this. You can hold it up to her.
Interesting. I don't recognize it. But you are local, right? One of the family members here?
Oh, well, depends what you mean by local, I suppose.
Well, your origins are not from the mainland.
No, that's true. But I don't really know what my family was before they were on that island, or if they were on that island their whole lives.
That is interesting. That is indeed interesting. Unfortunately, I am only knowledgeable in the history of Verdia.
Oh,
But
that's
if
too
you like to
bad.
find out, we might be able to do so.
How?
Well, I was on my way to Vartaka Arem and meet with the royal family there.
Do I, Mr. Tara, recognize the name and know where that is? I don't think.
No, she wasn't. She was not worldly. She was
No.
very low life. She was on the island, and so I don't think she would know. No, I don't think she
Well,
would know.
I You have a current mission. I'm not sure if going to RM something like that is within my agenda at the moment.
No matter. No matter. After you dropping you off on wherever you wanted to go, I can take a look and see. Let me make a copy of your signature, of your token, your coin. Maybe I'll be able to find anything.
All right, thank you. That'd be great. And I'll hand it to her.
Well, that's the only thing that I can tell you. At the moment, this is quite a remarkable ship. She looks around.
Yeah,
And she, yes. She clears her throat. She takes a good look at you, and I'm like, she gives you a stare.
pretty like you.
Well, I'm flattered. And she goes into and she tries to look in a section where there are books, and she finds in one of the cabinets, in one of the ship's cabinets, she finds books. If you don't mind, I'll be here for a while and just go through the books here.
Okay.
Sure.
Well, if you excuse us, my lady, I will try to kind of pull the other two to a separate section of the boat, somewhere where Milady cannot hear us. So we found out that the boat is a little bit older than we expected it to be. And any guesses what we do now?
Same mission as before. Find Sitaro's brother.
Okay.
I don't know. And sell the ship. Because money.
It must be worth some good gold coins. It is.
And don't
It
forget
is in
cargo.
Yeah, actually, I think we shouldn't deliver that cargo. That stuff's too dangerous. Imagine if it breaks loose.
But we should sell it.
What if it breaks loose in the middle of cities?
Yeah, keep in mind, it is still 250,000 gold, so.
We have to sell it as fast as we can.
Maybe we can sell it for like less. We just
No. Let's sell it for more.
all the negotiations.
No offense to you, Drogo, but I think we should not rush into that.
I'm very good at it. I once bought like a 10 gold drink, 10 gold shoes for 11 gold.
Drogo, roll for perception, please.
Yeah. We are not going to do that very well, are we? So,
9. I rolled a 9.
well, if that is our goal, we should be speeding up towards Abonamor, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
And with those words, Sitara and Serim hear a whistling of an arrow. Unfortunately, they see it in time and get out of the way of the projectile. Unfortunately, Drogo is not that perceptive, and he gets 1d4 of damage.
What?
For fuck's sake! Who shot that arrow?
I look towards the origin point.
It's the other ship, and on the arrow is a message attached.
I throw the arrow off board. With message and all.
No!
Out of anger. Stupid arrow! So, what are you
Sitara
talking about?
sees from Sitara sees from looking at the other ship that the captain has been looking with with a glass with his looking glass, and another archer is shooting another arrow.
Well, it seems like I have something very important to say. Did you throw it overboard, or did you not?
I
He
threw
threw it
the arrow
overboard.
I had. The arrow that shot in
Oh.
me, I threw overboard.
So the second arrow he threw, where did
Yeah,
that?
it's in the mast. It's in the mast close to you.
Okay, I'll take that before Drogo gets it.
When you open it, you see that the Captain Rose has she arrived safely.
Someone give me quill and parchment, and someone who can, shoot an arrow, so not Drogo. Just get out sailors around.
One of the crew members, one of the sailors, takes you're basically your command because you're the captain, and shoots it. Unfortunately, he misses and hits one of the other crewmates on the other boat.
I'm gonna glare at him. Not say anything, just glare at him.
Nice shot, good bag.
We should really come up with a
He
better
looks at you
communication
and
system.
he slowly retreats, very slowly backing off. I want everybody to roll perception.
Uh,
Oh,
1G. Dirty 20.
20, 20,
18.
18,
14.
14. Far in the sky, you see dark, dark clouds. But under there, the waters are calm. It's weird. You would expect that dark clouds would announce storm, but you already came from a storm. And then Drogo, especially Drogo, sees there's a dot moving out of the clouds. It's not going towards you, but you see it's the golden dragon. It shimmers
Ooh.
and it flies.
Look, it's a dragon.
We're all gonna die!
Coming for us.
Can I roll history to see if I would know whether golden dragons are aggressive to humans or not? That
Yes,
nature.
you can. Yes, you can.
Did you see its terrain?
Yeah.
It's beautiful.
Yeah. Beautifully big and able to destroy both ships.
I want to slap him.
No, you don't. You're going to stay still
That's
because if that thing talks to you, it is probably going to sink both ships at once, and then your record will be 5 instead of 3.
But I'm still Drogo, the Megalodon Slayer and Root Feeder.
And
What is your
Root Feeder.
17.
17? With that roll, you know that golden dragons are benevolent dragons. They are in this area mythed to be part of the environment. They are the leaders of the water and the sea. The wind is what they rule. Sometimes they're even marked in this area in the archipelago with a wave instead of something gold, or sometimes a golden wave, because it is where the air, the wind, comes together with the water. Don't cross them,
Yeah.
but they're there.
Guys, so you do know that all dragons are malevolent, right?
What all dragons are.
Are not malevolent. Some of them are actually just a part of nature and don't really care for us human beings as long as we stay out of their way.
Still wonder who would win in an arm wrestling contest, me or a dragon. I want to test.
I have a pretty good idea.
Well, me too. I know I'll win.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
You seen the size of my guns? My arms.
Thank God you completed that sentence.
Well,
Okay.
if you want, Drogo, we could put you in a sloop and also shoot towards the dragon. You could
No,
challenge him.
because I need to protect you guys from danger. Because Surim keeps fainting. And, well,
Well, it had never happened to me before, and I am quite sure it's something totally fine that happens to a lot of people.
I already rescued you guys from a megalodon. I rescued you guys from a dish ghost ship.
I was going to make a comment that is usually you who puts up into those problems, but actually in these two cases, you were really rescuing us. Thank you, Drogo, by the way, if I haven't thanked you before. Thank you.
Of course.
But then, Sitara, do you think this dragon will interfere with us?
Not unless somehow we've provoked it by accident.
So I say we lessen our chances of provoking him, taking Drogo very far away from him as fast as possible.
Does anybody have a crossbow?
Uh,
I asked to the sailors. Anybody have a crossbow?
I position myself behind Drogo, looking at the sailors and saying, and with the other hand, I am carefully hiding my crossbow behind my back as well.
I need to get a message to that dragon.
Okay, I'll grab my cards. It's slowly getting the sun is going slowly down. You've been sailing some time. You've been back and forth with the captain. With arrows. It's like airmail. It's one of the first forms of airmail. And what would you like to do in the evening? Captain.
I will probably check on the inventory to make sure that no moisture has gotten to the crate. After that, I'll check that the door to the secret room is properly locked, and then go to bed.
Okay, do an investigation check.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a 7.
Everything seems alright. The sailors are sometimes asking you questions. Yes. One of the crew members have pointed out that the food stock is getting low. So we might have to find an island in a while, he says. And Lady Beletsny is still reading books in the captain's quarters. You have a small chat with her, and she asked, so how do you like being in the captain's chair?
Oh, I absolutely hate it. I'm quite indecisive, and I don't like having other people's lives in my hands. But I don't know if anyone else would be qualified.
Yes, that's mostly the trouble and the challenge to find the right person for the right job. For the job. Well, ooh, have you? I've been reading these logs. It's very interesting. Very, very old, but very, very interesting.
Oh, and what have these logs told you about this ship and its journey, and perhaps how it meant its demise?
Uh, well, aside from the occasional Megalodon, and the occasional dragon, which is very new to them, I understand they're local here. Uh, on the mainland, dragons are not our friends. Here, apparently, they are. I never knew that. They were actually visited a couple of times by one of the dragons. Landed on the mast. I didn't know they were that, they were able to do that.
Well, dragons are highly intelligent creatures, and golden dragons, for instance, are benevolent. So I could see them having a relationship with a group of humans. It seemed to be good and equally benevolent.
Indeed. Interesting, interesting, interesting. You learn something every day. Well, let me not disturb you in your inspection, I suppose.
No problem. Have a good night.
Thank you. You too.
Let's go to bed.
Sunny, what are you doing?
Well, probably try to help organize things so that we can start going our way. Um, but besides that, nothing much. If there's nothing to do, I'm probably, on deck with my lute, playing and singing. Sail away, sail away, sail away. For those who know Enya,
Roll performance, please.
or Duck of Flow, and performance. And that is 22.
Was that an unnatural something, or was that with the natural 20?
No, it's no 20s, not a critical hit.
Okay, okay. Uh, get a point of credit. That's first. One thing in my
Okay.
homebrew, one of my homebrew things is that bards or special skills sometimes get points of credit. It's one of my rules, so they can either pick a skill they would like to have, or get something like an item. After you played, you just gonna go to bed, or are you gonna take a watch, or what's the plan?
I I don't feel particularly tired, so I'll probably just stick around. Not taking a watch because I'm friends with the captain, respect my story, so I'm just going to walk around. But then later, when I get tired, I'll just crash.
Drogo, what are you doing?
First, I want to find someone that has like a bagpipe, like that instrument.
Okay. Um. Um. you're asking around, but at the same time you're also looking, right? Or are you just asking?
Looking.
Okay. Roll for investigation.
Was it 5?
You've been asking them. They say a bagpipe. What's a bagpipe? How about, I know there used to be one. But you know Jill. You know
Jill?
Sailor Jill. Yes, Jill.
No.
No, you won't get to know him either because he went overboard yesterday.
Do you know where his stuff is? Maybe I can.
Well,
Look for
he had
bagpipe.
the strange attitude to have his bagpipe everywhere. Yeah.
It's a shame.
His ambition was to be a bard, but with all respect, I'm happy he left because he played awfully.
Do you know anyone else that has a bagpipe?
Why would you want a bagpipe?
Because I want to learn and play it.
Well, not here. It's a very rare instrument here.
Well, thank you. I will then look for it another time. Enjoy your evening.
Thank you. What would you like?
After this, I am going to wait until Surim is going to sleep.
Okay.
When he's asleep, I'm gonna put his hand in a cup of water.
Roll stealth. Surim, roll perception, please.
That's 12.
It's a 10.
Drogo, you notice that Surim slowly falls asleep. You successfully find a wooden cup and you gently lift Surim's hand into the cup of water. But then Surim notices and gives you a slap in your face.
Why did you do that?
Why were you raising my hand?
I wanted to do a joke.
No, then that's what you deserve.
Well, then I'll do it to someone else. And I'm gonna look around for a sailor to do it too.
Well, wait. I have an idea. Nothing shows appreciation more than a good joke. Why don't you try to do that to Lady Belasting?
I am gonna throw for this.
So am I.
Enough. What did you throw?
Yeah, what do I throw? Deception? Or Persuasion.
No, you have to, you're trying to do this secretively, so it's got to be a stealth.
He's trying to deceive me. That I'm
Oh,
gonna do.
deceive you. Oh, that you. Yeah. If it is, that's persuasion. You're trying to persuade someone to do something.
Okay, then. So that is 19.
Yeah, well.
19.
Wait.
That's your insight. You rolled insight, right?
Yeah, but it's like I drew a 4, so 6.
You
All right,
believe him.
I
You
believe
believe him.
I'm gonna do it to Lady Bellamy.
Okay.
I'm gonna throw stealth. Come on.
Okay. To get there, throw stealth.
It's a total of 5.
You're trying to sneakily get into the room because you know she sleeps at the moment in the captain's quarters. You're trying to get there. Open up the door. And while opening the door, there is a very loud squeaking with the door. Who might be there?
I'm going to stand there like a reindeer in headlights.
My, are you trying to? Are you trying to? And she's trying to get dressed really quickly. I need to speak to the captain. Captain. Where are you, Sitara?
And my captain's quarters. Did I hear that from them?
You're in the captain's quarters. Okay. Yes, it would be next to the room.
Then I'll probably wake up startled and run towards the voice, thinking she's in danger. And
This horrible creature has tried to impose his will on me.
I just came to bring a glass of water.
oh god.
Okay. Roll deception. Sisara, if you like, you can roll insight.
Yeah.
Sure.
That is a 17.
You see, and also Lady Beletsny sees that it is a blatant lie.
Okay, Jargo. I'll let you explain yourself. Why are you in her room without her permission?
It was Sureem's idea. I tried to pull a joke on Sureem, and then he said, because he caught me, and then he said you should do it to the lady because that shows affection.
Can I tell if it's the truth or a lie?
You already know that you know that you caught him in a lie. What do you do after that? That's up to you.
I'm not sure what he's saying is true. That's Sir. All right, Drogo. I'm gonna call Sir in here and let's see what he says. Don't go anywhere. I'm gonna go get Sir.
Yes, sir. Can I help you?
Sorry to disturb you. I just have a little situation between Drogo and Lady Palatini. Drogo's been sneaking into her room lately, and he says it was your idea?
Well, I frankly don't remember a lot of things that I said. I know that Drogo was here. He tried to play a prank on me. And I remember telling him something, but I've been half asleep, so I don't know what I really said.
Roll deception.
Oh, most it would have been so beautiful. 13.
What's your insight?
Oh, I didn't. Oh, 15. Hmm. Okay. So I see that you're both lying to me. I don't appreciate lying, sir.
Well, technically speaking, I am not lying to you because it is true that he tried to play a prank on me. It is true that I was drowsy, and the only thing that is not exactly totally completely true is that I don't remember what I told him. I do remember that I told him that pranks are a show of affection. Because I know that Drogo likes me, that's why he wanted to play a prank on me. And I know that he's deeply, madly in love to Lady Belatsky. So I told him that it is kind of showing affection. So he probably wanted to do that to her. I just, gave him a little push.
Yes, I can't have you enabling Drogo to do crazy things on the ship, sir. He's already a bit of a loose cannon as it is. I'm gonna have to do something about this. Probably give you guys a minor punishment. Ooh,
Okay.
I have an idea. How's it though I make you sweep all the floors across the whole ship?
Well, you could do that, but then again, who would shout the messages to the other ship? And who would receive all the arrows with the messages in his body if we are, ducking, scrubbing the floor?
You hear around the corner. It's a goblin. It's one of the crew. I can do that.
Splendid. Then it's settled. You guys will be sweeping the floors of the whole ship until it's done. No breaks.
Uh,
And I'll tell the goblin, can you get them brooms, please?
okay, but that was totally worth it. Ah, can I go back to bed now?
No. Your punishment starts now.
Sorry?
Your punishment starts now.
Oh, but I was sleeping so good.
So was Lady Bernatini. And I'm gonna walk to her.
Yes.
Dang it.
I am so sorry for my companion's behavior. I've dealt with it. Drogo, you'll be sweeping the floors of the boat until it's done. So even if it takes all night, no break. You enter him.
So
I will
Soren's gonna
consider it.
scrub the floor. Okay. Alright.
I hope you actually do it, Drogo, because the punishment for not doing it will be worse. Good luck.
Well, I've already been hang up on the mess before, so what can be worse?
I don't want to threaten you, Drogo. You're my friend. Let's just work together.
Alright.
I will consider it
Streams
settled,
of scrubbing.
Captain.
You were saying, Lady Batlatney?
I will consider this settled. I just hope it doesn't happen again.
I choose so too.
Are you going to bed, Titana?
I'm going to first watch them start sleeping. And once they do, I'll go to bed. Probably assign one of the sailors to watch over them. And if they stop sleeping and they're not
Oh yeah,
able to
the goblin is holding a the whip, even like very close. He holds that, and if they stop working, he starts to crack the whip slowly, closely to them.
I am gonna throw the broom at the goblin immediately when the first whip he makes.
While you throw the broom, he evades like an MFer and grabs one of the ropes, does a salto, and then returns back. And then, while doing the salto, he throws you the broom back. Do a dex save, please.
Dex save?
Yeah.
16.
So you said what?
16.
Oh, okay. While when he did that salto, and everybody who was doing who was having watch or who was still awake or woken up, they all look. They see the goblin jump, do the evasive move, throw the boomstick back, but you managed. How you do it, I don't know, but you managed to evade it. With luck, it was nearly hitting you, but you were barely made it to evade it.
Does it hit Serene?
No, unfortunately, it does not.
Actually, I start clapping and I say, "Wow, that's impressive, my dear godling. I didn't know you could do such a thing. I'm so impressed. I didn't know you could talk."
Stop comparing me to the goblins on the mainland!
Well, you're stupid as them.
Smells the same.
We are smarter than them.
Mm.
I'm gonna scrub downstairs. Be right. So, I'll see you later, Sareem.
Wait, downstairs? No, let me go with you.
No,
If we
you're
s-
gonna scrub here.
If we scrub together, we finish early.
Yeah, but I'd start downstairs. I'll meet you in the middle.
Drogo, the goblin, not the hobgoblin, the goblin, cracks his whip and hits you. Take 1d6 damage, please.
I take 1 damage and I look at him and I do not care.
Well, I
That's slashing
immediately
damage, by the way.
stop. Surin immediately stops. Looks seriously at the goblin. The smiles faded. Who do you think you are?
I am the crew member that is supposed to enforce your punishment.
Who do you think you are? Attacking a hero like that.
He attacks you too.
I hope he hits.
And he hits. No, he does not hit. He misses you. Just by 1 point.
I keep staring him, making sure he understands how serious it is to attack a hero of the ship. Because, all in all, me, Drogo, and Sitara, we recovered this ship. And it was because our incredible ability to beat wood. So I'm staring him down. Like, who do you think you are? We are going to do our duty. Do not ever attack us again. And I, with, uh, I'm not sure if I can do that. I think I can with thaumaturgy. It's basically to make my eyes that are yellow get a little fended, like cat-like eyes, just to make an effect.
And he walks away. It's like, I volunteered for this job, but this is not worth it. That's basically his attitude right now.
We need to like mop the floors and stuff like that, or like clean it. But they're not getting clean. Shall we just quit?
What?
Well, the people are just walking here. Everything's getting dirty again.
Well, but we gotta do it. Sitara thought it was feasible punishment for a prank. Then we do it. Just if you're going to do that downstairs, make sure you are careful with the crates. I wouldn't like to see those things leaking.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will.
And I'll be up here if you need any help. And I start
Sorry.
scrubbing the floor.
I go downstairs, and I'm gonna look for some space between a grate where I fit, and I'm gonna sleep there.
Before you get before you get to the absolute bottom, so to the cargo space, cargo hold, you see the deck where the same deck where the teleporter room it was is lit immensely. It's almost enlightened the whole deck.
I am going to walk to the room and to look what's going on. If it's still closed.
The doors are still closed. Yes, yes, yes. But the the outer walls of this room, they were laden with gold. Actually, the whole wall was gold. So all the three walls are gold in front. The front is where the doors are, also decorated. But it was just when you first saw it, it was just like a sheet of gold. That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Like just it was painted on or whatever. But you slowly start to see that there are images appearing on the gold wall.
What do I see? What do they look like, the images?
You see on the wall that is to the back. Let's say that the doors are facing the bow, the stern, and you are now standing at the stern wall. It shows a map that is changing.
Serene!
Yeah?
Can you come?
Okay. I go downstairs to try and meet him.
Point at the wall to Serene and say, I don't know what it is, but it's really weird and it's creeping me out. It's some sort of, I don't know, weird magic from the gods.
Mm. Yeah, that's weird.
Who's been studying navigation maps before?
I think it was the Tara. I
Okay.
tried to take a look at it a bit as well.
Yeah, it looks like a map. You don't really understand what map it is, but it looks like a map. And it's moving. It's like you first have a mass that is together and then slowly splits up. And then it resets itself. It reverses and then everything gets back together again. And then it goes back into separating everything again.
Oh, how curious. I think we should call Sitara, see if she knows anything about it, and Lady Belanzi.
If you do that, I'll start scrubbing downstairs.
Okay. I go straight to the captain's to the captain's quarters, and I'm going to spank that door as if there was no tomorrow.
Spank that door?
Pa, 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 pa.
Oh, yeah.
I'm going to knock on it like violently. as if I wanted to, put it down.
Okay, well, without a doubt, without a question, Chitara, you wake up, including Lady Beletsne, because it is loud enough.
I'm gonna fling the door open. Yes?
Oh, hello. I hope it did not wake you up in a bad moment, but we've got a situation.
Oh, a dangerous situation or a druggo situation?
Actually, a weird supernatural room of the portal situation.
Oh, okay, well then lead the way.
And I take them down. Oh, by the way, is Lady Blood new with you? Because you should come too.
Lady
Can you see her in the
Beletsne is
hall?
just about opening the door after you heard a little bit of fumbling and, uh, something with shoes and something else. Like, what is going on?
Oh, my lady, please come with us. Something happened.
Um,
Something
all
that
right.
your expertise might help.
Meaning what?
Meaning there is a map moving.
Ooh, interesting. That sounds interesting indeed.
Like a paper map moving on the floor?
Yeah, not on the floor. Well, it's better if I show you. Please follow me.
Okay.
All right, and then I'll
Um,
lead the way.
while you all climb down, you go down the down the ladder, basically. Um, you see that whole deck is lit, and it's just lit by this one room that's in the middle. For the rest, it's just open space. Um, it's quite strange because normally this is dark or lit with lanterns. Um, and there you see it. You see a map. I want you to do a history roll while I talk about this. Um, you see a map that it looks like land masses contracting towards each other and expanding away from each other. What was your result?
13.
13. You have seen this before, and you recognize that a certain phase of this moment looks similar to one of the maps that you were studying with Captain Casca on the other ship and on this ship.
Oh,
The maps that you found on this ship were more closer to when the land masses were contracted and attached to each other, and the maps that were on Casca's ship were more a later phase, so when they were expanding more.
and those maps were the maps of the area, right? So
Yes,
where are we at
they
that?
were maps of the area.
Huh. This is interesting. I recognize these maps. It's the map of the area we're in, but at different points in time.
So it means.
I have no idea what it means. Uh, have you tried touching it?
No, actually, I thought it was better to call you. I'm not very much versed in this mumbo jumbo.
I'm gonna investigate it, see if there's any magical properties I can tell from it.
Yes, you can. Yes, you can. Are you gonna stay on this wall, or are you gonna walk around the whole room? Or yeah,
I'll set the wall for now.
okay.
17.
17. Yeah, this is definitely magically driven. When you walk down the ladder, you notice that it was full moon. Uh, and you think that has something to do with it. And all of a sudden, this full moon um, revealed this strange occurrence to this room, specifically this room. And yeah, the maps are definitely old maps in different points of time. What you also find out that there, in certain points, you see small coats of arms appear and disappear when the uh, when the land masses or islands, which you would identify as islands, would move around.
Lady Paletny, was there ever a full moon mentioned in the lottery reading?
Sorry.
When you were
She
reading the
looks very intensely to this strange magical occurrence.
when you were reading the log in the captain's quarters, did they ever mention a full moon and its effect on the ship?
No, I haven't seen this before. They mentioned about something, a room, a special room, but they didn't mention this at all. I suppose that this room was always supposed to be there, so nobody really bothered to mention it.
Well, I'll just walk up to the map, and if one of the banners or whatever pops up, I'll touch it. See what happens.
Okay. When you touch, when you touch it, just the map itself, it stops. That's it. It stops. Are you gonna keep your hands on it, or?
Yeah, I'll keep my hand on it. At what point did it stop? What's it showing now?
Sorry, say that again.
So it's been changing, right? When I touched it, did it stop changing or did it disappear?
It stopped changing when you touched it.
Okay. And what is it showing now that I stopped it?
It shows kind of a middle phase where the islands are forming. So it was one landmass that was attached to each other, and then slowly got separated, and that you saw that point of separation.
Well, I'm stumped. I'm not really sure why this would be on the ship.
It is one of the sailors that says, "Captain, Captain, look at this."
Now look.
On the other side of the world, there is on the starboard side, you see a fighting scene between two beings. Kind of a magical fighting. You see somebody pointing their hands and doing this, and all types of you would think there are somatic components, and one is getting beaten and the other one is, but you do recognize one of the symbols that is worn by one of the beings. It's the same symbol that was given to you and to Yirvan.
Okay. These magical illustrations, they seem to be telling a story of some kind. And that symbol, I recognize it. And I'll pull out the coin. It's this one. And I guess I'll look at my friend questioningly. Do they recognize anything on the images?
A lady
Do I
Lesney
recognize it?
recognizes, and she says, "Wait, that is a sign of Joachim,
Who?
the god of trickery. But I don't recognize the other sign. The other symbol must be also a god."
Oh. Well, religiously speaking, did Joachim not get along with any other gods in his pantheon?
Well, Joachim is said to have deposed a god, and one of the gods was now considered a fallen god. Maybe that's the fallen god, she says to you. But I don't know. I'm not into religion that much.
We don't have a cleric on this ship, do we? Or a priest.
She looks at you. She looks at Drogo. And she looks at Surim. Well, I suppose they're not the religious type.
Well, I am.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I've heard a little thing or two about religions in my trips.
Okay, a roll for religion.
I am religious, but I don't know a lot.
And 9.
Yeah. Yeah. You've known about gods, but that's kind of it. You know what the pantheon is, and which gods are in the pantheon, in the Tot pantheon. But that's kind of it.
I roll a 17.
Drogo, you have the strange occurrence because you were trained by a monk, correct? Right? A
Yes.
fallen monk, to be specifically.
Mm-hmm.
And as monks, you get the teachings. of course, what gods are there, and you get training about how to fight, but also how to be in tune with yourself. Even though he was an impatient man, he still tried to teach you about the religion and the teachings. Um, and yes, you can confer that this is the sign of Joachim. The other one, you suppose, you don't specifically know, but you suppose was the fallen god that was the god of trickery before Joachim was the god of trickery that you know today.
If I remember good, I haven't paid a lot of attention because I do care about religion, but I care more about my own god Azula. But if I remember, the other god was the god of trickery before he became the god of trickery. So this might be the fight about who's the god.
I would have guessed it was the god that say that it's not nice to punish people for playing a prank.
I might also be the god that punishes the guy that made him do the prank.
No, that god is very nice.
Okay.
But no, I think I believe, if I'm correct, it's that god. But of course, I could be wrong. Don't really care about trickery.
And
It's nice.
it doesn't answer the question as to how this all relates to the ship.
Well, maybe it's a big trick.
I kind of hope not. That sounds rather terrifying, being tricked by a god of trickery.
Well, technically speaking, the souls in the ship, I don't believe they were here by choice.
To actually free them. We're ghost freers.
And let's not forget that we set a curse away by spanking wood.
Yeah. So my title is Drogo, the Megalodon Slayer, Beater of Wood, Ghost Fear, Wild Brain. Did you know that, my lady? We beat a lot of wood, and then we freed the ship.
Yes. Yes. Yeah. Well, I suppose everybody has their own skill.
Yeah, I'm very good at beating the wood.
Right.
Well,
I want to make it clear that I did not tell him to tell you that, Malay.
Indeed.
Proud of every hero action I've done. Freeing those ghosts by beating the wood is the most honorable thing there is.
Hello, milady.
oh, as usual. Hello, your husband. whenever we need outside help, you seem to always arrive.
Well, something very strong and magical occurred, and it kind of attracted my attention. And now I know why. Well, is this the... This is that special room, isn't it?
How many
I thought it was
special
just a
rooms
red...
are there
Uh,
on this ship?
So there's a special room inside the special room, inside the special ship.
It's
Well-
like a room inception.
Well, it's you know what it is. This actually was the last thing. It was totally lost. Well, this is this. Normally if a teleporter room appears, it just appears. It's something. But in this case, this is a special room. Look, you see that sign there?
Yes.
I understand you already figure out who that is.
Yes, we found out it was Joaquin. God of trickery.
Yes. And have you figured out who the other one is?
The old god of trickery.
Is that your brother?
Well, fortunately, it's not my brother. It was actually Hidukal, the god of trickery. But it was a not so nice god of trickery.
Mm.
And how
Uh,
did you come by that mark? How did you end up with Joaquin's
well, my soul was kind of captured by Hidukal.
mark? Interesting. And you were
Joachim
free?
saved me. Yes. That
So
is how
you're
it happened.
are you his slave?
No, I am his devote. Something.
Hmm.
You could
Do you
call me
have a
an
body?
angel.
Do you have a
You
body?
could. Um, I do, but it's not here. But I do.
Hmm. Well, then at least you can walk around.
Yes, I can do many things. Many things, as my fellow bot knows.
Do I?
Do you know where I can get some bagpipes?
I'm not here to deliver bad pipes. No.
Well, actually, why would he do steal your soul of all?
Sorry, say that again.
Why would people steal your soul of all people?
Because he lied. He made me a promise a long time ago, and you know, being in my profession, I'm used to lying. Unfortunately, I wasn't good of a getting out of the lie, so yeah, that kind of happened.
Okay. Sounds like a broken contract.
No, the contract was fair. Kind of.
That also doesn't explain why all this is in this room. What is the point of all these illustrations?
Well, this ship was apparently used for souls to be freed, I suppose. I mean, why would you have this depiction of the epic war between those two?
Was
It's
Hiduko
just a
known
speculation.
for stealing souls?
Um. Okay, let me tell you something. Have you come across the purple liquid?
I Yes, actually, a very long time ago with the phase noir.
Yes, that was Hiduko's work.
What purple liquid?
Yes, that was purple liquids. It was made from child souls.
Oh, we did not know that. We did find
Yeah.
purple liquid within the garments of some phase noir back in, I don't remember the city actually, but
Yes, I've come across the face noir. They're good that they're there. They have their purpose, but you know they have their own agenda. Um, yes. Together with some wizards, he developed the ability to make from children's souls a purple liquid. Um, well, that's kind of why you have your patron, he says to Sitara.
oh, I've always been wondering about that. Makes more sense. It's so the role of this
You,
ship was to free souls. Who was piloting it? Who was its captain?
well, it was a long, long time ago, and I don't know specifically everything because um after I was freed, um um I was sent out to save kids. That kind of been my missions, and this ship was supposed to be a counteract, a counter measure against Hiduko and his forces, I
Oh,
suppose. But that's what I gather, because I was not there, so could be anything.
So the souls we encountered here, they didn't seem very benevolent or like they needed saving. Seemed cursed.
Yes, yes, that I like I said, I know that it exists, and I know that it was there, but yeah, that's kind of it. Like I said, I wasn't there. It was not my mission. My mission was to save kids that were intended to be captured and converted into purple liquid.
Sounds horrible.
poor kids.
Yes.
Luckily, we beat up those faced more than.
Well, it was not invented by the Face Noir.
Well, they're using it, so.
Um, it's a little more complicated, but I think the Face Noir can explain that to you.
Well, they've
So,
tried to kill us, so I don't think I want to explain.
oh, they're more
Um,
reasonable than you think.
and well, my brother is part of the phase noir. Maybe he knows. thing or two about it.
That's true. Maybe we could ask him when we ever see
He
him again.
is. Oh yeah,
So
he
maybe-
could be a good connection.
Maybe after we find your other brother, we could go after your first brother, the one that we first met, I mean.
And you can hunting again.
And, but then finding him is going to be a bit hard. If they're assassins, they probably cover their tracks quite well.
Well, also depends. Maybe they're gonna go after us again, and then we can, by going after them, then we can find him again. No, because they go after us, and then we can find him again.
What are you talking about?
You're
Well, if
talking
it's
in
a textbook
circles.
game, we beat them up easily.
You're talking in circles. Yes. He's very talented in doing that. Talking in circles.
It's too complicated for me. I'm sorry.
Oh right. Well, he's hilarious. Yeah, that's the only thing I can talk about. That's the only thing I know. I mean, but it's very fascinating. Have you seen the other wall?
The map,
Yes.
yeah, it moves.
There is another side because you know a box generally has more sides than just two.
Yep, there are
Use-
4 or more. If you call it the floor, the roof.
Correct. Look at that one, and he points in the port side wall. And you see there a big lighting up and continuously changing 6 elements. And they're continuously changing. So either changing order or changing signs. You know there are 7, but some say they change in a different order. Sometimes they're in a specific order for a while, and then they change one sign or change another sign. And they're sometimes moving.
I'm gonna try to randomly memorize one of the orders it goes.
How long are you going to do that?
As long as it takes. I don't know.
Roll a d20. No, a d12.
Nine.
Okay. You sit there for a while, and while the others are talking, and Yurven is still fascinated by you looking at this for so long, it takes you 9 minutes, and you memorize 9 minutes of symbols changing. If you try to find a pattern in it, it doesn't seem there is a pattern. It comes across as very random. And while you do this, you hear sounds coming out of the teleporter room. Very, very guttural sounds coming from that specific room. And it's knocking on the door. Like something is in there. It first sounds like 1, then 2, then 4, then 6, then 10. And it's like scratching on the side.
Should we open the door?
Maybe after we call on a few more sailors.
The thing is, I like a fight, but it sounds like there are a lot in there.
Are you afraid of big numbers now?
Well, if they're gonna do some voodoo again, yeah.
Of course, Yevon is gone. And with his disappearance, I would like to thank the players for playing today. I hope you're all ready for next week.
Yeah.
Okay, players, thank you for playing.
Thank you for having us.
Do you have anything to announce, Axel?
Yes. I wanted to announce to the Nation of Giants that I will actually be leaving our group soon. I've had a lot of fun playing with you guys and showing you guys Tara and being part of Omaro's world. It's been amazing, but some stuff in life has been happening, and I'm gonna have to move on. But who knows? I might come back in the
Cass, do you have anything to say?
Follow our Discord, join our Discord, follow our YouTube, watch our YouTube videos. Go to our Reddit. There's also a post there about Caio being scary. Then tell your friends about us. And if you want, you can follow my Instagram in the description.
Caio.
Alright, so if you guys like some games, I play some games in my channel here in Twitch. It is twitch.tv/Eritham, which is my nickname here. Besides that, join us for next week as we keep adventuring on Granafa Archipelago. And I hope to see you all again next week.
Yeah. Will you be playing? Will you still be playing next week, Axel?
I will be, yeah.
Yeah, that's gonna be your last game, probably, huh?
Most likely.
Yeah. I'm sad to see him go. I've played D&D with him since 2019.
Yeah,
Right?
November 2019.
November 2019. So I'm sad to see him go, but that's how life goes. I absolutely thank you from the bottom of my heart playing for so long with me on the stream and also privately. And yeah, I have some things. I'm going to upload everything very soon to the YouTubes. As you know, I'm still stuck on one file and I just can't get it to stitch together. So I'm just gonna upload it in 2 parts, and then after that, upload all the episodes until last time, episode 10, because this is episode 11 and probably with the departure of Axel, will be ending the season too. So, and we'll ending the season with a new player because there is already a new player, and you've already seen him, and then you will see he'll be playing. So there's a lot of fun things upcoming. Also, sadness to come. Also, I'm seeing a lot of right now. Also, I finally released my episode of my podcast, Weekly Omaro. Finally. And I'm gonna stick to it. So I'm gonna record another episode tonight or tomorrow. So I hope you keep listening. It's some relaxing ASMR-ish podcast. So if you are into ASMR, listen in. You know, cup of coffee, cup of tea, sit down and listen. Okay. I asked Caio this time to look for someone else to raid.
Yes, I have a perfect channel.
Okay, I give it up to you.
Okay then, so it is settled.
Okay.
And we can go anytime now. Just tell me when.
Okay. Well, I hope next week you see us all. Hope the rest survives, and I still have a campaign, and else it's gotta be the last episode of this campaign. I'll see you everybody next week on the Nation of Dice.
Bye.
Bye bye, guys.